The Everest Glider Challenge. Launch a swift glider from the top of Mount Everest, then land at Lukla, alive. Your mission is to self-launch off Everest, setting the altitude self-launch soaring record. The mission challenge continues as you circle around the top of Everest. Then follow the sunset around waypoint 1 heading towards the valleys leading to the world's most dangerous airport, Lukla. The plan is to fly midsummer on a calmer day as possible for Everest. Max wind speed for launch 38 miles per hour. Flying Everest comes down to snow, temperature, and wind. Because Mount Everest protrudes into the stratosphere, most of the year the summit is buffeted by winds of over 160 km per hour. The two windows in which those wild winds and temps die down happen in May and September. The temperatures are a -16 degrees Celsius to -20. From the end of May until the third week of October, the typical summit winds will range between calm and 15 meters per second. It's always cold on the summit, but not always windy. That's why so many people try the ascent in May and September, and is the only time an Everest flight would be possible. Is this mission even possible? To survive this mission, you are going to need great flying skills, a strong foot launchable sailplane glider. Make sure you have enough oxygen reserves. Flying at the altitude of a 747 can freeze you to death in minutes, especially if you're open to the elements. The most challenging part of the mission is to keep from freezing. Dress warm, pilot, and have a climate control system. If you survive the treacherous launch, breathtaking flying awaits you, literally. You're going to need plenty of oxygen and have good weather. This would minimize ending up a flying popsicle. So dress warm and carry an emergency survival bag and a chute, just in case. Do all this, and this mission is possible for this simulation anyway, and maybe even in a real life attempt. Maybe even Red Bull would sponsor it. Get the conversation going at everestgliderchallenge.com.
UK ground crew here. It's August and you've been blessed with beautiful weather. For a safe as possible setup and foot launch, it's near, but not atop the final summit point. You launch late morning. Your Sherpa team is packing your glider and is en route headed to launch point.
Launch day, 11 a.m. Pilot here. It's a perfect day to fly Everest. The weather is perfect now. I'm ready, but no glider. Where are the Sherpas with my glider?
12 p.m. Mission leader here. Bad news, pilot. The Sherpas had to rescue fallen climbers. One is injured. The others are okay, but won't arrive for another few hours.
Pilot here. The chopper is gone. The forecast won't allow a launch tomorrow. I don't want to climb back down. No freaking way.
You will be airborne too. Conserve energy and stay warm. It's 4:45 p.m. Mission leader here. The Sherpas have arrived. The Swift is set up. You'll go for launch.
Pre-flight complete. Oxygen on. Nav systems on. Cameras record on. Route and waypoints known. Prayer said.
Music track on. Altitude won't be my problem. Getting down to Lukla before sunset will. Let's go.
Launch ground crew. That was a close one, but great launch. You're now a record holder. You're clear to circle tour Everest and head to waypoint 2.
Pilot. Okay, heading northwest to do a tour around Mount Everest.
In 1856, the mountain was named after George Everest, a retired surveyor general who never actually saw the peak. More than 4,000 people had scaled the summit since Sir Edmund Hillary and Sherpa Tenzing Norgay first conquered the mountain in 1953. youngest ever climber to reach the summit was Jordan Romero, age 13. The oldest was 80. "282 people, 169 Westerners and 113 Sherpas have died on Everest from 1924 to August 2015. Of the deaths, 102 died attempting to summit without using supplemental oxygen. Most bodies are still on the mountain. The 6th of February, 2004 recorded the wind speed of 175 miles per hour and was well above the 156 miles per hour threshold of a Category 5 hurricane. The average summit expedition cost is $30,000 per person US including Sherpas. The Nepal government permit cost is $10,000 to $25,000 US. Sherpas are hired to carry gear and supplies. Sherpas are a nomadic people of eastern Nepal, who also use Sherpa as their last name. Usually their first name is the day of the week on which they were born. Congratulations pilot, you made it around the top of the world.
Danger, danger! Danger, danger! Danger, danger!
Pilot to team leader, crap, my oxygen gauge shows I only have 15 minutes of oxygen left.
Ground crew here. If you've only got 15 minutes of oxygen left, you need to descend out of the death zone to be safe. Lukla is at 93.25 feet, 25 miles southwest down the valleys.
Roger, sightseeing is over. Sun is going down, so am I.
You can continue to waypoint 2, or declare emergency and descend to 25,000.
Calculating best light angle and speed to descend to 25,000.
I compute you well.
My body's weak. I'm on the run, no time to sleep. I've got to ride like the wind to be free again. And I've got such a long way to go.
It's really difficult getting the switch down. I don't want to stress the flaps at this speed.
No problem, as long as you can breathe the thin air without passing out.
Danger, danger! Danger, danger! This project is extremely dangerous.
Like the wind, right like the wind.
GC recommends you descend en route to waypoint 2. Follow your altitude checkpoints getting down to Lukla Strip. Mission leader here. Your glider is your lifeline. Don't overstress its limits getting down, or you'll need that emergency survival gear. That is, if you can still fly and land out.
Pilot mission leader, it's really freaking cold up here. Minus 10 Celsius. My feet are getting numb. My heater is losing power.
You've got to get below the death zone. Fast.
Computer, cool your processors. It's getting a little turbulent.
I am not programmed for fear.
Mission leader, no oxygen. Getting dizzy, lightheaded. Computer, if I pass out, take control.
I do not sleep. It is not one of my functions.
Continue next track. Brings back memories of a hang glider flight in Hawaii. I was flying alongside an Everest.
Looking for space and to find out who I am. And I'm looking to know and understand. It's a sweet, sweet dream. Sometimes I'm almost there. Sometimes I fly like an eagle. Sometimes I'm deep in despair.
Emergency protective circuit activated.
So what have you aliens been up to? Nice ship. No speak English? I can hear you in my head.
We want to try landing at Earth's most dangerous airport.
Nice, a hover landing.
Piece of cake.
What are you doing? No, please, don't do that, you sick bastards. You beat up my ex and my girlfriend. That's not cool. That's worse than getting anal probed. Drop them off at Everest.
We are not going to probe you.
Why are you busting the freaking airport?
Our ace pilot crashed. He got really pissed off. We saw you were going to launch off the highest mountain on this planet. If you were crazy enough to do that, you can fly our ship back to our moon base. Our ace pilot is passed out. He got some Earth flu. They told us, you can go to Earth, but don't drink the water.
So what do you want with me?
So will you fly us home?
So you want me to pilot the ship? Show me the controls.
Put this on. It's a human interface.
It works by thought control. Got to get me one of these. Strange, I feel no sense of motion. Just like on the Enterprise. Let's see what my head can do with this ship. Ah, so it works by quantum anti-gravity propulsion. Way cool.
We only need our quantum drive when in a planet's atmosphere.
Let's rock and roll. Let's see if we can do a 25 Jeep triple loop. Wow. Does it have warp speed?
That's sci-fi nonsense. For traveling the galaxies and beyond, we use a quantum non-locality drive. Our ship is entangled with points all over the universe.
Einstein called quantum non-locality as spooky action at a distance.
We can travel thousands of light years instantly.
He was probably one of you guys. What kind of music do you mind absorb? Computer, check your music bank.
We like the theme from the X-Files. We have been messing with them for years.
Pilot, wake up, wake up.
I ran out of air.
Breathe in the air.
Emergency protective circuits deactivated.
Don't be afraid.
Thank you, computer. I had a really nice dream when you took control. I was about to launch from Everest. Then I got beamed aboard a flying saucer. The alien pilot told me he wanted to land at the planet's most dangerous airport.
Choose your own road.
He crashed big time and got really pissed off.
You didn't get abused by them, did you?
No, but I have a headache, fatigue, nausea, dizziness, and I threw up all over the cabin.
So that's why they abducted you.
Yes, they needed me to fly them to the moon base.
Sounds like you may be suffering from acute mountain sickness or hypoxia. You'll feel a little better now that you are out of the death zone.
I'm freezing my butt off. My heater died. If I don't get done soon, I will end up a flying popsicle.
That does not compute.
Advise descending to 11,000 to set up your approach, or you'll be flying in the dark. Lucky there's a full moon tonight. Okay, pilot. Continue your descent to where the temperature is warmer. A nice toasty 20 degrees.
Cool. I can freeze to death a little slower. Can't feel the stick. Damn heater.
Ground crew here. Just kick it into submission or you're dead.
That worked. Can feel the heater now. That feels really good. I can breathe a little better now. I had a few energy bars, have a lot of altitude, so let's see what the switch can do. Computer, turn off stress cause damage.
I cannot accept that course of action.
Computer, affirmative. The switch can do it. Let's take it to the danger zone.
circuit activated. Warning. There is a dangerous alien among us. I compute it to be an ionic directional probe.
Interrogation 10% complete. Alright, you alien assholes. Interrogation complete.
With alien life forms, ours is not to reason why, ours is but to do or become permanently deactivated.
Payback's a bitch.
Emergency protective circuits deactivated.
Pilot, your body monitor shows you are in distress. Are you alright?
I took too many G's and blacked out. I had another wild dream. I was chasing aliens. I got the bastards.
Payback for all the body probes you got?
I computed the aliens. They are capable of sinister and dangerous acts.
Good thing your computer took over. That's enough aerobatics. Now finish the mission. What is your altitude?
I don't have a clue. My gate is frozen on 200,000 feet.
Interesting. Maybe it wasn't a dream.
Computer, bring up navigation. Time to think about getting to Lukla.
Robot is online. Reviewing primary directives.
Mission leader, pilot, it's time to think about your landing.
I was just thinking about that. Most pilots will agree the most dangerous part of flying is the takeoff and landing.
This is especially true at Lukla.
So tell our audience all about Lukla. Computer, continue next tape.
I will be fine.
Located on the slopes of the Himalayan mountains, it can only be reached traveling by road from Kathmandu. That is until a rough airstrip was built for climbers. Due to its small size, it can only accommodate small airplanes and helicopters. And if you accomplish the final leg of your mission, gliders.
May I speak? I am here by mistake.
So the official name of the airport now is Tenzing Hillary Airport, when in 2008, the Nepal government renamed the airport after Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay. It's called the most extreme and dangerous airport in the world for a reason.
I have my own life to live.
Tragically, Sir Hillary's wife and one of his children died during a crash shortly after takeoff from Kathmandu in 1975. In 2008, 18 people were killed when a domestic Yeti Airlines twin otter plane smashed into the side of the runway and caught fire while trying to land at Lukla in heavy fog.
Watch it. I do not like grubby finger stains on my sensors.
Investigators said the pilot should not have attempted to land in those conditions. You have no option. At an altitude of 9,325 feet, the single runway is narrow, short and sloped. Miss the runway by a few feet and you hit a mountain.
Mission leader, what's with all the doom and gloom? You are not motivating me with all this talk of crashing.
No one has ever flown and landed a glider there before. The topography of the place makes any go-around impossible.
You're wasting our time, Earth creature.
At the south, the runway is the end of an angled drop of about 2,000 feet. This cliff is fenced off as a precautionary measure. At the northern end of the runway there is a huge mountain. It leaves no room for error.
Pilot, thanks a lot. I need to mellow out for this. Computer, continue next tape.
Affirmative.
Good luck, pilot.
I was programmed for more important work.
Tower, pilot, we see you are at 12,000 feet. We understand you are not motorized. If you can't gain altitude if you get below 9,300 feet, you may not be able to set up a climb approach to nail the landing.
Lift is not my problem. It's getting dark. I'm freezing, and I have to take a big crap.
Getting down high is inevitable and will require your complete attention. Tower, pilot, we see you at 10,800 feet. Maintain glide path ascent to 9325.
There it is. Lukla. Wow. So this is the most dangerous airport in the world. It doesn't look so tough.
Watch out for variable wind speeds and directions on approach.
No pressure, pilot. You the man. You can do it. Don't worry about a thing. I've got a good insurance policy that will take care of your next of kin.
How considerate of you. Now shut the hell up. I have to concentrate now.
Tower, watch out. You're coming in too high. You're coming in too fast.
Flags up. I need to conserve altitude for missed approach. Tower, where the hell did all these goddamn power lines come from?
Team leader here. I think the scenery designer has a twisted sense of humor. Just shocking.
I hope I don't get sacked. If I do, tell my wife and girlfriend. I was thinking of them when I got fried.
Okay, pilot. I'll take care of them for you. But you can do it. Nail it.
Roger, doing a quick 180.
Not very many pilots can do a missed approach landing at Lukla. Don't get below 9,300 on final unless you can get some lift.
I've got to time a quick turn for final, or you will be cashing in my insurance policy. Flaps 2. Tower, there's a goddamn tree right in the middle of the runway. Flaps 3.
That's why the aliens were blasting the runway.
Scenery designer. That was not cool.
Tower, great landing. You dodged the widow maker tree. Now that's entertainment.
Mission leader here. Great flight. You're in the record books now. Congratulations.
My micro mechanism thanks you.
Piece of cake.
My computer tapes thank you.
Where's the freaking bathroom?
And I thank you.
I gotta go.
Now that you've had a break, your sponsors gave you a new LHC blade. Fly to Kathmandu. Your grand prize awaits you there.
Cool. What is it? $1 million? Another flight mission?
Yes, and yes. The new adventures of Tom Swift continues.
I think I'm going brothers are such good hosts. I raise my whiskey glass and give them a toast. I'm sure they know it's true. I got no rap against the southern states. Every time I've been there, it's been great.